everyone, welcome to Yemmy the Classified. How can you determine the best university that is most suitable for you? There are university rankings, and rankings are very important because we have the Ivy League schools and we have schools close to Ivy League. So that's talking about university rankings. If you're talking about university rankings, you have likes of Harvard, MIT, Princeton, Rutgers, Cornell University. So these are Ivy League schools, Vanderbilt University. These are Ivy League schools that a lot of people really want to get into. And I've seen a lot of people try to do everything possible to get to Harvard. And some of these people, they have perfect test scores, perfect GRE scores. Some of them have a perfect GPA score, 4.0 out of 4.0 and 5.0 out of 5.0 if you are from a country like Nigeria. So you could see a lot of them have these perfect scores, but yet they don't get into Harvard. And I know someone that even have a perfect score GRE, doesn't have a perfect score GPA, and yet is currently in Harvard. What did that person do differently that others failed to do? I'm going to be walking you through that. But talking about university rankings, I've seen a lot of people, they do GRE. You might say, well, I'm not going as far as applying to Harvard. I'm not going as far as applying to MIT. To determine which university you're going to go to, you have to look at what package looks like. What are your test scores? What does your resume looks like? Your resume basically represents you. So when they are evaluating your resume, what do you have that makes you extremely competitive and that makes you better than other people that are applying? Remember, you are not the only person that is applying. The people are applying from all over the world. If you have a perfect score and if you have a perfect GPA, as I said earlier on, that doesn't get into Harvard because there are some other things that they look out for. And before I get into that, let me just give you some statistics. The acceptance rate for Harvard is just 10%. The acceptance rate for MIT is around 17 to 20%. The acceptance rate for Cornell University, I think that is 25%. So that means that 25% of people that actually apply to Cornell University actually gets in. That means 10% of people that apply to Harvard eventually get in. So what are the criteria? What are the criteria they look for? What are the things they watch out for? One of the things that they watch out for, which most people don't really know, is your leadership skill. Because if they are going to invest in you, if they are going to bring you to Harvard, you must be able to demonstrate some form of leadership that when you are adequately trained, you'll be able to take this leadership up to the next level and impact your world for good. So what are the leadership skills you could have even while you're in high school or while you're in college? For example, there are a lot of places in which you could volunteer. What are the things that you think you can start and bring people together to accomplish a common goal that is going to demonstrate your leadership? For example, a lot of people have science clubs. Some people have created blogs that address a particular issue of interest. For example, a lot of people have blogs on cancer. A lot of people have different kind of scientific writings that make them much more competitive. And these are leadership skills you need to demonstrate. There are some leadership skills that you can have that you should start thinking of initiating right now, and then you put all those things in your CV and you could look at how impactful those ideas have been and how that has transformed your society. You also look at your management skills. They look at how the ability to work in a team. Have you ever been in a particular society or in a particular environment or organization where you are forced to work as a team? Put it there. Even if it's a religious organization, tell them which role you have played in that religious organization and how that has helped you build your cognitive skills and how that has helped improve your leadership skills. So they look at your discipline, how disciplined you are. I remember someone telling me a story that a friend of his got into Harvard because he got a letter from a janitor. And what the janitor wrote is that this person is so disciplined that it doesn't wait for us to clean up the mess other people make. This person takes up the initiative to clean the mess, and when he cleans the mess, he makes the initiative to turn off the lights, or he takes the initiative to clean up things and make the place much more tidy. Because of that, the professor was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for, that single act of discipline to be able to bring these people in. Not that that is going to make a huge impact, but for you to have that consciousness to be disciplined in that particular area, in the least effective things, it shows that you can do the same and be much more disciplined when it comes to science or when you are doing research for them. So this is very, very important. Now, having said all this, I've seen a lot of people that their dream is to go to this, their dream is to go to Harvard, their dream is to go to MIT, their dream is to go to Cornell, but they don't have perfect GPA scores, they don't have perfect GRE scores. Does that mean that you can't still go to this university No, you can still go to this university. Have you ever thought of coming for masters? You can choose a university of a lower rating, not an Ivy League, but of a lower rating. Have you ever thought of choosing one of those universities? Go there and do your masters. I am telling you this because this has worked for a lot of people, and I'm sharing this with you. Go there, do your masters in whatever field in which you want to do, and make sure that you get a perfect GPA score. Let me tell you something, if you are coming from a developing country like Nigeria, it is very easy for you to have a 4.0 out of a 4.0 GPA. As long as you are disciplined and you are focused, you can look for conferences. Look for conferences where you can get to see these people. You see, a lot of people just go to the conferences just to hang out. A lot of people think that conference is just a way to get out of the lab and just go have some fun because you get an opportunity to get a free hotel and some other things like that. No, conferences is much more important than that. As a matter of fact, I have a video on what to do when you go for conferences. When you go for conferences, there are some people that you really love to work with. There are some professors in Harvard, there are some professors in MIT, at Cornell, and all these Ivy League schools that you've been idolizing all this while. So you can see those people in those meetings. Try as much as possible to go to such meetings where you can find those people. When you get to those meetings, tell them, walk up to them and tell them that I have been reading your work, I've been studying your work for a long period of time, and your work has shaped my thinking, your work has transformed my thought process, and I'm really excited about how you have helped me to be a better scientist. Your work has shaped my thinking. As a matter of fact, go to conferences with your resume and a business card. Okay, so when you have a business card, give them your business card. Say, sir, this is my business card, this is my resume. But then they will take your resume, they will flip through your resume. When they flip through your resume, they will see your GPA score that is 4.0 out of 4.0. They look at your publication records, and this is very important. Make sure you publish before you leave, you finish your masters. They see your publication records, they see the internal grants, and I'm going to be walking you through how you can get all these things when you start college. And by the time they look at the impeccable, the impressive resume, oftentimes are not at least 10% of them, if not 15, if not 20, if not 50% of them, 1 out of 2 people will say, you know what, send me an email and we can keep the conversation going. Let me know when you finish. And immediately you do that, that has sealed everything. Because the truth of the matter is, people that work in MIT, people that work in Harvard, people that work in Yale, people that work in Princeton, many of them, especially if they are in the STEM area, they always have huge grants. The problem is not whether they have money or not. The problem is how they spend it. And they just want to see the level of enthusiasm, the level of passion, the level of interest you have in their work. And once you can demonstrate that by talking to them, you will see that they would bring you to that project and bring you in, even if you don't have perfect GRE score, even if you don't have a perfect test scores. So when they bring you in, they would have put you on a project of interest, and you'll be surprised how much you will learn. So don't rule yourself out, don't count yourself out, don't give up on yourself. Also, during your masters, when you're doing your masters, there is also something you have to watch out for. As a matter of fact, I explained this in my next video, things to watch out for when you are contacting a professor, because this is very important. One thing you need to watch out for is that the lab in which you are doing your masters, is there any collaborative project? Is there anyone collaborating with folks in MIT, folks in Harvard, folks in Yale? Because science is collaborative. People bring different perspectives to the world of science, and a lot of people have collaborations with folks in Ivy League schools. So your professor could have friends that you could tag along with, that they could send you into that lab for a month or two to go do some work there. And you can use that to demonstrate how passionate and how enthusiastic you are when it comes to your work. And when you demonstrate a very good work ethic, passionate about research, and you really are getting amazing results, publications and stuff like that, they will be like, okay, well, this guy is really hardworking. You can count on this guy to be in the lab Saturday and Sunday, and this guy has demonstrated that he has a capacity to absorb information, and not only absorb information, but translate that information into something much more productive. So when you demonstrate your skill, they will link you up with folks in other universities that will help you. So there are a lot of financial aid out there for international students, which most people don't really know. One thing I will encourage you to do is that in the university of your choice, contact the financial aid department. Write them. For example, I know places like Columbia University, I know they offer international students close to about $60,000 to $80,000. I know Duke University in North Carolina also do that. There are some universities like that that often give financial aid to international students, and again, you have to demonstrate that you are eligible. And again, I know there are some places like University of Central Florida that basically will only give you close to about $600 to $800 in financial aid. So I want you to tap into that opportunity too. Most people don't really know that financial aid exists for international students. Send them an email and tell them that I just want to find out, are there any financial aid for international students coming from developing country? This is my resume and the likes, and they will tell you what financial aid options that you can explore. Also, another thing I want people to know is that most people don't really know this. There is a university called University of the People. And I'm going to share something about that. University of the People is completely online. As a matter of fact, you can be on the comfort of your bedroom and have your degree right where you are in your bedroom. You don't have to show up in class. Everything 100% is online. And the interesting thing about this is that I know you could have your bachelor's degree, you could have your associate degree, you can get a foreign degree in your bedroom. So you don't even have to leave the shores of your country to come to the United States or across the globe to get a degree. You can get a degree right where you are. I want you to go to University of the People. And what the University of the People does is that they have different courses in computer science, they have courses in education, or they have bachelor's and associate degrees. Go to the website and find out more information about that. But this is really interesting in the sense that this is completely online, so you can get a foreign degree. And for example, like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they awarded the University of the People a grant of close to about $615,000 for the purpose of helping the university earn a national accreditation. So now when you get a degree from the university, it is accredited. So you are having an accredited foreign degree in the comfort of your bedroom. Well, I know there are some charges like $60 application fee, and I know you have to write the exam for $150. But the truth of the matter is, if you can get opportunity to attend such university, and as a matter of fact, if you contact the admission department, you'll be surprised that there are scholarships that are available that could help you go to school for free and get a full scholarship. So again, in 2017, the University of Edinburgh partnered with the school so that graduates of the University of the People could complete a bachelor's or postgraduate degree at the university. So in other words, there's a bilateral agreement between University of Edinburgh and University of the People, so that even when you get a degree, you can do your postgraduate studies in University of Edinburgh. So that is another opportunity you could even tap to. And I know a lot of people know this famous Olympian, Simone Biles. She's one of the very interesting athletes in the United States. She was also a student of that university, and currently she's a spokeswoman for that school. As a matter of fact, in 2018, she set up a scholarship fund to help financially struggling students. So my point is, you can tap into that scholarship fund to help financially struggling students. And the fact that you're even coming from a developing country and you are so passionate about that particular school and getting a foreign degree in that particular school, it's very, very important. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I want to say. I believe that things can be better for you. I believe that you could tap into these opportunities of going to school for free in the United States and across the globe. So thank you so much. Please click the like button. If you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comment button. I'm going to be answering those questions. And if there's any other thing you want me to talk about, so feel free to put it in the comment section. Click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. That is really important. Subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye.